All right, hello everyone. We are back for hole number 6 here, and I don't know what hole 6 is. I forget. I don't think it's a par. Oh no, it's a par 3. I think I remember from last time. Now it's the Sunshine Glades. So we've already had this one. Was it downwind? I forgot what we did have this one. I know I'm going to use a sniper about 4 backspin, which sniper 5 or sniper 7 is going to be perfect for that. It's basically going to be a max backspin shot. If you have more, don't do more. Right around 4, especially downwind, is going to be perfect. I don't know if it's going to be downwind. If it's into the wind, then we're going to use 3. So that's kind of how we're going to change things. I'm going to set up to use a Quasar. I think I had a Titan one last time. In fact, that's another thing to keep in mind is if you're not going at it with a power ball, then you might not be able to do 4 backspin because you might not be able to get it out there far enough. It's going to be very close. But we are downwind and the wind's pointed away from the hole, which means you're going to need to do a little bit extra curl. So what I like to do with my land zone ideally is land away from the bunker. I like to be less aggressive. The fairway seems to be very consistent when you're about 8-9 yards from the bunker, so it's much more consistent in my opinion to go at it with curl just to get a consistent bounce, especially if you are to great ball or what have you. It's going to be a little bit safer staying away from the bunker than going aggressive. And there you see my opponent pulling it into the bunker. A little unlucky, but maybe he can still recover there. At the very least, I might try to. Oh, that's another interesting tidbit. So we're going to have to put on a power ball. I really don't see any way to get around it, unfortunately. So you are going to see me back off the power a little bit, maybe use right around 3, kind of like this, and I might play this relatively spot up, maybe 6 rings here, because I'm going to be pulling too much. So let me try 6 rings. It's a little bit of an over adjustment. Crap, I didn't want that great ball. So I don't think it's going to curl enough. But notice how my ball's landing so much shorter. And unfortunately, I'm coming up short there. That's going to be kind of a tricky shot. I mean, you want to give it some run out, but at the same time, I just kind of had to estimate a little bit there because my sniper's still very short and I didn't want it to roll out too much. And you can see coming out with that with some power is going to be kind of essential. Ideally, I try to land the second hop right on the front fringe there. So you can see where the fringe surface is. That's where I try to land my second hop. I was trying to estimate kind of where that would be. But I didn't want to go down the hill. So you saw me just being a little bit cautious for my first attempt. And you could see I was right at max adjustment. I was right at max club for that. And I just was being a little conservative, and so you're seeing me come up. I was probably about 3 to 4 yards short. So if you could, you just got to kind of visualize. And, I played, 6 rings for 5 or 6 rings there. Maybe if you tried going to max and using maybe about 2 or 3 rings, just as kind of a similar, because you don't want to take off too much of that backspin. That's really going to make the ball run out too much. It's going to start to bring the bunker into play for your second hop. So it's much better, in my opinion, to just try to focus on getting that second hop right into the fringe. So figure out a way to do that with about 3 backspin, and you're going to have very good shots if it lands right around that front, the front side of the fringe for the second hop. That's kind of the idea. That's what I was trying to do, and I knew I was into power, and I know that it plays downhill on that hole, so you got to keep that in mind. It's so easy to go long there. It only takes about 3 yards too much. So that's why you see me playing conservative, make sure I can get the birdie. And, you know, tomorrow or on a second revision, you can kind of try to improve the shot there. And of course, you know, if you have a little bit more better distance number than I do, that shot's going to be so much easier for you. So in my revision, you're going to see me do it with a different sniper. It's going to be more of like a sniper 9, a little bit more distance. It's going to be a much easier shot. And, you know, our adjustment's going to be easier. So, you know, just keep in mind what you have and learn from your mistake. Whatever you do on the first time, next time, make the minor tweaks. You know, I don't need to change much of that. I only needed to maybe just pull it up 3 more yards. Spin-wise, I'm going to keep it very similar because, like I said, if you start to take that backspin off, you're gonna give yourself the chance to roll down that hill. If you roll down that hill and stay on the green and it says like 15 yards, you're going to be at a max power putt, potentially miss it. So keep this in mind and be a little cautious and just do minor tweaks on what I just did. You know, 3 extra rings of power, nothing. Don't do anything, you know, that's going to cause, you know, a very big difference. You just want to be a little bit safe. You know, the ball will run out. I just kind of got... It might look like I'm way short, but I'm telling you that I'm not, because with 3 backspin, you hit the fringe, it rolls out a good 8 yards. So, you know, it's more about me landing short and just kind of bumping it into the fringe a couple times that's causing it to short roll out. So keep that in mind, and see you guys next time.